We begin with the fallout from yet another Bay Area banking collapse.
JPMorgan Chase now runs all 84 branches of San Francisco-based First Republic Bank. The Fed seized First Republic earlier this morning, selling all of its deposits and most of its assets to the nation's largest bank. First Republic suffered a run in March when Silicon Valley and Signature banks collapsed. The Fed say First Republic depositors will have full access to their funds at Chase.
But in this uncertain banking environment, just how confident are customers? Our Devin Fehely went and asked them. Devin?
Yeah, I talked to several customers today, including a gentleman who was the treasurer of a nonprofit that provides Bible study to school-aged children. Now, most of these customers were in the same boat. They were trying to cut through the chaos of the bank's collapse and answer the basic question, do I need to move my money someplace else?
We had taken steps to remove our so-called uninsured balances.
Craig Meckling says as a First Republic Bank customer, the past 72 hours have been a real roller coaster ride. He's tried to find the balance between protecting the assets of the small nonprofit of which he is treasurer and preserving a banking relationship that he values.
We do have a very important banking relationship with First Republic. We love this bank and we were, hoping it could survive, but obviously that was impossible.
The collapse of First Republic Bank is the second largest in U.S. history and left countless customers like Craig and others wondering, is my money safe and will I be able to access it when I need it?
So far they've been very good to me, and so I'm going to cross my fingers and keep my money in there. And with the knowledge that in the past the government's behind it and they are sitting there saying, hey, we got you insured.
JPMorgan Chase ultimately bought up what was left of First Republic. Ironically, that's where Craig had moved some of his nonprofit's money while the bank teetered on the brink of insolvency. He says communication with the bank, which previously prided itself on customer service, was virtually non-existent in the past week, and he had begun to worry if he could pay his vendors and make payroll.
The communication over the last week has been zero, and I think that's probably because it was required by banking regulations that they weren't allowed to be talking about what they were doing.
Now, Devin, First Republic was known for its wealthy clientele. How did that factor into its failure?
Well, there's two basic models to banking. Either you have a lot of accounts, maybe that don't have quite as much money in them, or you have fewer but bigger deposits with your clients. This bank was definitely the latter. Now, the problem is if there's ever a hint of concern about the health of a financial institution, those kind of clients are more likely to pull their money out because, as you know, they're only insured up to $250,000. So that's kind of what happened in this case.
Yeah. All right, Devin, thank you so much.
Well, as we mentioned, First Republic's fall closely followed the collapse of Silicon Valley Bank. So are there warning signs you should be looking out for with your own bank? So we asked an accounting and financial expert at San Jose State.
The general warning signs are just the uptick in interest rate by the Fed. And that, of course, leads to several banks, or really all banks, having to mark down their treasury securities. There was really no other indication because the different banks collapsed really because of a run to the bank, because of depositors withdrawing their deposits and therefore taking capital away from the banks.
And the takeover and sale of First Republic is expected to cost the FDIC about $13 billion. Right now, it only insures depositors up to $250,000. But Silicon Valley Congressman Ro Khanna says those guarantees should be extended to all. But he's also calling for system-wide reform.
Every time the economy heats up, we somehow say, deregulate, deregulate, and it never works out. In 2018, the deregulation basically sent a signal to the Fed to stop the oversight on these banks.
Others say extending deposit guarantees is a free ride for bad managers and over-the-top risk takers that taxpayers end up footing the bill for poor investments. Former director for White House National Economic Council, Gary Cohn, says things should be simplified.
Do you want to create more and more rules when you can't enforce the ones you already have? Part of me feels like we need to get a simpler, more coherent set of rules so the bank regulators can actually enforce them and they know what the important rules are.